Bottle and Bottega is a wine and painting party. We're really all about those who don't have any art experience at all. We walk you step by step through the process. Usually it's the 25 to 45, but we also have mothers and grandmothers and fathers, and it's a great first date night, so it's a great icebreaker. You don't have to stare awkwardly at that person. and you get to decide whether or not their painting has sort of a serial killer slant, you know what I mean? The very first event that we did was in conjunction with a friend's nonprofit organization. Found a venue to host it, and because obviously we didn't have a brick and mortar space, so we've hosted the event at a place called Catalyst Ranch downtown, which is sort of the inspiration for our studios. It's a very vibrant, beautiful space. And after that, I thought, well, gosh, if I can host it here, I can host these anywhere. I just need somebody with tables and chairs. Things just kind of snowballed after that. And then after a year and a half of being mobile and really just kind of, schlepping my materials everywhere, all over the city and suburbs, I met my business partner, Nancy, and she's a franchise expert. So that's when we set up our studio. Our Lakeview studio was open in March of 2011. And then after that, we sold LaGrange and Evanston and Glen Ellen, and now we have 15 locations across the country. But it's been incredible, and we get to give art to the masses and introduce people to a talent that they didn't know they had. Most of the people who come in here think that they can't draw a stick figure, and then they walk away with a masterpiece, and it's, hopefully they hang it on their wall. So currently we have just shy of 15 employees. And then we have independent contractors who are artists as well. So our most entry-level position is a studio assistant, and that's somebody who comes in and helps break down canvases and clean up and pour water and pump paint and cleans the studio at night, and that's our most entry-level, and that's a minimum wage position. We're not opposed to reasonable wage increases, minimum wage increases. I do think it's necessary, especially in the city of Chicago. I mean, it's really impossible to live solely on $8.25 an hour, and so we're not opposed to reasonable increases. However, our entry-level positions, like a studio assistant, for example, those types of jobs don't really merit the $15 an hour rate. And what the problem that poses for us is that raising it to $15 an hour means that in order to have equity across all positions, we would have to increase the rates of those workers as well. And so that would ultimately translate into higher costs for our customers because, obviously our cost our operating costs are based on the revenue that we get. And so, it just kind of spills down to the customer ultimately, and there's no question that we would have to eliminate certain positions if the minimum wage was $15 an hour. It's too drastic a hike. If over time we can see a $10, $11, $12 over, slowly, to basically allow us to kind of get used to it and kind of incorporate it into the cost of our services, then that's something that we can handle.
Feel free to do it. It'll still look really